maunga kohatu, e rere ngā kohu tāpere o te awa o Mangakahia. Ti hei tia te trai o rāhiri, kia tūtahi kōrua. Ko kohatu hei koro wai a nuku tāwhati raua ko te aroha. Ti hei wā Māori ora. In the last 10 to 15 years, there has been a noticeable increase in the number of people returning to their whenua in the Mangakahia Valley. They bring with them an array of skills that enable them to work remotely from home. This short video has the kōrero from 3 such people who have returned home from life in the city. We asked them, why have they returned? What advantages they see in working remotely from home as opposed to working in an office in town. And finally we asked them, what is their vision for the future? We begin first with Te Aroha Shelford of Ngāti Tirino. Te Aroha runs her own production company called Aka Productions, specialising in production management and TV or television productions. Anei te kōrero o Aroha.
Ai, kia ora koutou, huiria hau no te tautukurau no ngā puhi nui tonu, e noho anau ki konei ki Mangakahia, I runga te papakainga, ko Aroha Shelford hau. What brought me home was to do development of papakainga, really for our whānau. Just wanted to be able to utilise our own whenua, live at home, build sustainably, work on the whenua at the same time, and to live and be here. Advantages of living at home is that I'm here, feet on the ground, living, eating, raising kai, being involved in what our marae is doing if we need it. Always here, not always available, but try to be. Can utilise, can be at home and work my own hours and be around with my mokos, be around with my kids, be around when there's something on the marae. I can shoot over, I can rearrange my time, I can work at night. All I need is my laptop, but it's just being here. There's nothing like being at home and got your maunga, got the awa, got everything going here, and the peace and quiet, and the urupas across the road, so I can go and visit them whenever I feel like it as well. It's good. Visions for papakainga is a passion of mine, so it's about economic, sustainable living practices, and building a community so that we have our whānau here and our mokopuna here and can grow up and know what it is to be from Mangakahia, knowing what it is to be on our whānau whenua, knowing who they are, our people are, having that, rebuilding that sense of belonging, that sense of pride of who you are and what you can give back to our people. But really, connection. Connection is the main one. And, if we don't have our whānau living here, then what's going to happen to our marae when our people come home? Who's going to put our people in the ground? Who's going to look after, who's going to do the weddings and all of the stuff? Because at the moment, it's pretty skint, most of the places all around. So, we need to rebuild that and get a cohesion that spreads out to the rest of the hapu and then down our valley and then hopefully to the iwi and provide those kinds of opportunities. Don't go back to your home and be a hoha. No. What are you going to contribute and how are you going to contribute and how are you going to keep moving forward and changing some of the things that we have just become accustomed to. We just let it all go. It's like, no. We want to move. We've got to move forward. We must remember, it's a collective, it's ours. When you're going to be back at home on the papakainga or on the whenua, it's never going to be yours. You are the kaitiaki. You are there to manaaki. But there's no reason why you can't have an economic development base and live well. That's what we want to do. Live well at home. We don't want to be living in shacks and still stay on the benefit. Not that there's wrong with anything with if you need to be on it, then that's sweet, but we should be looking at opportunities that can help our whānau grow and that we don't have to rely on anybody else.
Next, we have Dorothy Diamond, Wihongi, who has returned from the United States of America to her whenua in Pakotai, Mangakahia. Dorothy works in an e-commerce company specialising in providing online services. This is her kōrero.
Ko Dorothy Taimana Wihongi taku ingoa. Ko Ngāti Toki matawhātua te waka. Ko te tarai o Rahiri te maunga. Ko te hokianga a kupe te moana. Ko te tarai o Rahiri te marae. I came back firstly because of Mum and Dad. I wanted to, when they passed, I wanted to continue their legacy with the whenua and keep it alive for our whānau, our mokos. Secondly, it gave me an opportunity to work from home. I have an e-commerce background. I've been in that arena for the last 24 years. So, hey, it saves me in fuel, right? And you know the expense of fuel these days. I can have a break anytime I like. I can go out for a walk around the whare and, look at the maunga, and I always go pop up and see Mum and Dad. This is going to be a great way for our young people to tie them to the whenua. I really enjoy working from home. It gave me an opportunity to stop climbing that corporate ladder, but here at home, you're on your own. You just got yourself to contend with, you've got no distractions, and you get a lot done.
Finally, we have Te Reo Hau. Te Reo returned home to Parakau Mangakahia from Whanganui around 10 years ago and runs his own facilitation and mediation business from his home. This is Te Reo's kōrero. Ko wai au, ko Te Reo Hau taku ingoa, no maunga kohatu te maunga, Mangakahia te awa, te aroha te marae, Ngāti te rino te hapu me ngā pui te iwi, tēnā tātou katoa. The idea was actually freeing up more of my own time to do other things that were important to me. I had some young mokopuna just being born, and I wanted to work in an environment where it allowed me more time to spend with them. I suppose, and as things progressed, working from home meant helping out at the marae, to the point where I was actually working a lot on marae things to do with the marae, whether it be funding opportunities or things that needed repairs, or developing our kaumātua flats. And I suppose that's what happened in terms of when I moved home and looked for work. In terms of the future and what I'd like to see for our marae, I'd like to see more people moving home, and I suppose to do with that is to try and get our papakainga back here functioning and get more papakainga off the ground. If we can create an environment where people have housing, then they can come back. We're not that far from town, but even better if we can have them work from here and the opportunities that brings. And for me, it's all about our marae and getting our people back here to help at our marae. So if they live here, there's no reason why they shouldn't help out at the marae. So that's sort of my view in terms of what I'd like to see for the future. Our own people living on our land, developing our own whenua for our own well-being and sustainability going forward. In summary, some of the common themes to emerge from our kai kōrero are: firstly, they all mentioned their special connection to the whenua and a reconnection to their tupuna as drivers behind their need to return to their haukainga. Secondly, they expressed a desire to awhi their wider whānau and marae to become more independent and self-sustaining, and to free up more time for their whānau. Finally, when and if you do decide to hoki mai ki tō whenua, be a koha and not a hoha. Nō reira, ka mihi atu ki te tautoko, tēnei kaupapa, mā te kāhu o tānu. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa.